Good morning, grade 7 students, and welcome to another English lesson. This week we are revising all 4 units and we will focus on writing today. For today's video, we only have one objective. So by the end of this video, you will be able to revise all 4 writing topics from the 4 different units. Before we start revising the topics, please keep in mind the following writing checklist whenever you have a writing task. It's important to start your sentences or proper nouns with capital letters. You also need to pay attention to punctuation as it will help the reader understand your ideas. Spelling is also very important because misspelled words will confuse the reader. To make sure that your writing is excellent, please pay attention as well to word order, grammar, vocabulary, and don't forget to use conjunctions and linking words. Now let's start with the first writing topic from Unit 1, which is writing a description of a person. So have your workbook open at page 19 and 20 and your student book open at page 19. Now, do you remember what to include in the first writing topic? Bravo! Your writing must have 2 paragraphs describing your best friend. In the first paragraph, you need to say who your best friend is and how old he or she is. You also need to write about his or her appearance. You can describe his or her hair or eyes or height, etc. As for the second paragraph, you must describe your best friend's personality and write about what you do together. Finally, you should also write about what both of you are doing these days. Remember to always brainstorm ideas before you start writing. Make sure that you complete the speaking task with a family member or a friend to help you brainstorm ideas. Have a family member or a friend ask you the following questions and answer them. After you are done with the speaking task, use all those ideas to complete the writing plan. Let's revise with an example on how to complete the writing plan correctly. Do you remember how to complete the writing plan for paragraph 1? That's right. My best friend's name is, for example, Dua. She is 13 years old. What does she look like? Dua is tall and slim. She's got long dark hair and brown eyes. In paragraph 2, there are 3 things to write about. First, you should talk about your best friend's personality. For example, she is friendly and outgoing. Next, what do you do together? We study together. And finally, what are you doing these days? We are reading books. After you brainstorm ideas, use all those ideas from the writing plan to complete your writing. Let's read this example. My best friend's name is Dua. We live in the same neighborhood. She is 13 years old. Dua is tall and slim. She's got long dark hair and brown eyes. Dua is friendly and outgoing. We usually study together at the weekend. In our free time, we hang out in the park or go to the cinema to watch movies. These days, we're reading books. It's great. Great. Let's move on to the next writing topic, which is writing an email to a friend about a first-time experience. To revise this writing topic, please open your workbook to page 33 and 34 and your student book to page 31. For the second writing topic, it's about an email to a friend telling him or her about an experience you had for the first time. It's important that you remember the correct layout of the email before you start revising the writing topic. Emails have a specific layout that you need to follow, so let's revise it together through the tip box. We will use the reading text in your student book page 31 as an example to recall the correct layout. The first thing that you need to remember when starting an email is to start with dear or hello or hi plus your friend's first name. Then you need to open with a set phrase. So you could write, how are you? I hope you're well. Or how are things? Or I'm writing to tell you about. Don't forget, dear students, you shouldn't write them all. Choose only one. After that, you should talk about your first time experience, and then you should close with a set phrase or word. And then write your name after it. You could write yours, or bye for now, or speak to you soon, or best wishes. Again, remember to choose only one and write your first name under this. Most importantly, remember not to write very short sentences and join your sentences with the linking words and, but, so, or because. To remember the ideas used in this writing, do the following speaking task with a family member or a friend. Alright, do you remember the first thing we write when we start an email? Very good. We start with a greeting. So we could say, Hi Khalid or Dear Maryam. After that comes the set phrase. For example, here we could write, I hope you are well. Now I'm sure you know what to include in the main part. Let's have a look at an example together. What first time experience did you have? I rode a camel for the first time, for example. When did it happen? We could say last weekend. Where did it happen? A camel farm. How long did it last? The ride lasted half an hour. How did you feel? I was very excited, or I was very happy, or I was very frightened. Who was with you? I was with my family. Do you want to do it again? You could say, I can't wait to ride a camel again, or you could say, I never want to do it again. Finally, how do you end your email? Great. Bye for now, and you write your first name after this. After you brainstormed ideas in your writing plan, use all of those ideas to write. For example, Hi Reem, I hope you are well. Last weekend, my family and I visited a camel farm. I was very excited because it was the first time I rode a camel. Camels are amazing animals. It went a bit fast, but I wasn't scared at all. It was amazing. My brother had his camera with him, so he took a lot of pictures of me on the camel. The ride lasted half an hour. We also tried some delicious dates there. I can't wait to ride a camel again. Bye for now, and Lina. Great, we're done revising the writing topic in Unit 2. Now let's move on to the writing topic in Unit 3, which is writing a description of your town or city. Open your workbook, page 47 and 48, and your student book, page 45. Do you remember what to include in this writing topic? Exactly. You need to answer the following questions and include the answers in your writing. Practice the speaking task again with a family member or your friend to brainstorm ideas. Now, do you remember how many paragraphs you need to have in this writing? Very good. Your writing needs to have 3 paragraphs. In the introduction, there are 3 questions to answer. Number 1, what's the name of your town or city? Number 2, where is it? Number 3, what are some important features of it, like size, population, etc. In the main part, there are 4 questions to answer. Number 1, what are some of the most interesting sites? Number 2, are there any mountains or hills or rivers, etc.? Number 3, what can people do there? Number 4, is it popular with tourists? Finally, in the conclusion, there are 3 questions to answer. Number 1, what do you think of your town or city? Number 2, is there anything you like or dislike about it? Number 3, what do you enjoy doing there with your friends? Keep in mind, dear students, that it's always best to complete a writing plan that will help you produce an excellent writing. Remember to choose a city and not a country. For example, what's the name of your town or city? We could say London. Where is it? In the UK. What are some important features of it? About 9 million people live in it. As for the main part, what are some of the most interesting sites? Hyde Park is a very famous park in London. What are some of its most important geographical features like mountains or lakes or rivers? The Thames River. What can people do there? People can relax or have a picnic. And what can tourists see there? Tourists can visit Big Ben, the huge famous clock. Finally, in the conclusion, what do you think of your town or city? London is an amazing place to live. What do you like about it? I like the big and peaceful parks. What do you dislike about it? I like everything about London. What do you enjoy doing there with your friends? I enjoy walking around the busy streets with my friends. Have a look at the following example. I live in London, the capital of the United Kingdom. It's one of the biggest cities in the world, and about 9 million people live here. London has got a lot of amazing sights to visit. London is famous for its huge clock, Big Ben. Many tourists visit London to see it and take photos of it. There is also a very famous park here, Hyde Park. It attracts lots of tourists every year. People can relax, have a picnic, or even do sports there. Tourists can enjoy a walking tour along the Thames River too. London is an amazing place to live. I enjoy walking around the busy streets with my friends. We usually go shopping in Oxford Street, London's most famous shopping street. I like the big peaceful parks. It's never boring here. Finally, the last writing topic is writing a story. Open your workbook to page 61 and 62 and your student book to page 57. Do you remember which story to write about? Bravo! You can choose any story you want to write about, dear students. Let's revise this writing plan with an example. In the introduction, for this example, the place is in the forest and the story happened last Saturday. As for the characters, the story is about my friends and I. Next, in the main part, do you remember the 3 things that we need to write about? That's right. You need to answer the following 3 questions. What happened? How did the characters feel? What did the characters do? First, we played games. Next, we ate food. Then, it started raining heavily. How did the characters feel? We were scared. What did the characters do? We tried to find a place to hide. Finally, remind me, dear students, what should we include in the conclusion? Excellent! There are 2 questions to answer in the conclusion. What happened in the end and how did the characters feel? What happened in the end? We saw a car coming. It was my dad. How did the characters feel? We were all happy to see him. Again, use all the ideas from the writing plan to work on your writing. For example, last Saturday my friends and I went for a picnic in the forest near our town. The weather was sunny and we were excited. When we arrived there, we started playing different games like football and volleyball. We were all happy. When we finished playing, we were very hungry. While we were eating our sandwiches, the weather started to change. There were black clouds everywhere in the sky, and it started raining heavily. We tried to find a place to hide, but there was nothing around. We were all cold, wet, and scared. Suddenly, we heard a car coming and we saw some lights. Luckily, it was my dad. He knew that we were in the forest. When he saw the storm coming, he came to pick us up. We were all very happy to see him. Great, dear students. We have revised all 4 writing topics. Thank you for watching and good luck in your exams. Have a great day and stay safe, everyone.